Hey everyone, welcome to Bourbon Battles. I'm Joe.
I'm Chad.
Hey, hopefully you follow along, you watch what we're doing, but today is a good old classic battle.
It is.
So what do we got for you today? Battle of two 10-year-olds. The ever tried and true Eagle Rare.
And 10 Cup, 10-year American whiskey.
Hey, tune in to see what you think.
Thanks, guys.
And now, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
All right, guys, now you know what we're drinking. So we're going to get into the bucket here. We're going to draw out of there, and we're going to drink it blind. Tell me why we drink it blind real quick.
I don't know. I just keep hearing about it, but I don't know why.
You ever go back and watch a video
I
after
have.
you sober up? Stop.
Stop what?
You're knocking the table over, and we got all new stuff up here. We don't know how it's going to react
What's
yet.
this all about?
So you can see the glasses, color of the whiskey. And look, you see this? You can see it up there.
Hopefully it won't be backwards.
My wife, it won't be backwards.
Hopefully not.
So here's what we do, guys. We go into.
on.
Oh, we didn't. Huh?
No light?
No light because it just sucks. So you didn't tell everybody why we drinking blind. We
I don't
started
know
to,
why.
and then you interrupted talking about drinking your spaghetti. So
Well,
we drink.
gotta.
Yeah, exactly. So we drink it blind because we don't give a rat's ass what's on the label. We just like good whiskey. And if you've not been watching us for a while, if this is your first time, go back and watch videos. That's the premise of this whole thing. Chad and I just had a Bourbon Battles board meeting.
We did.
We got into some pretty serious stuff over the last 90 seconds.
If that.
So we're going to restructure some things. So on Tuesdays, and yes, we've missed a few, but we routinely release a video on Tuesday. Almost always, and when we don't, somebody's got something to say about it. We write us a check, and we'll be on time every time.
Did we sign a contract with somebody?
Must have.
It's not really that deep.
Nathan was the one that got it.
I don't think it's that deep.
I don't either. It's a couple of dipshits drinking whiskey and telling you what we think about them.
Mm-hmm. The lighting's not good, bud. There's a lot of shadows.
Well, I mean, we're just going to have to roll with it now.
Shadow.
Yeah. We have to get some better lighting in here. So here's what we do, guys. We go into this bucket where there's an envelope, and we'll show you that in just a second. You already know what we're drinking. We don't have any idea. We drink them. We say, this is better than that. Tasting notes, we don't do them. They're stupid. Do you want to start doing them?
We can.
No, it's stupid. It's just as stupid now as it was yesterday.
What about next year?
They'll be stupid then, I think.
What about last year?
They were really stupid last year. But here's the premise of this whole thing, guys. If you're a whiskey expert and you get 12 tasting notes when you drink a whiskey and you've got unlimited income and you're just this big aficionado, go watch somebody else's stuff.
What's an aficionado?
It means an expert.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, they can watch our stuff too. There's something to be had with everybody.
This is meant to be for the common man, right? Not the whiskey wise asses of the world.
Well, there are a lot of those.
And that's what I'm getting to. I didn't do a great job explaining that, but we're for the normal whiskey drinker that likes good whiskey and how it tastes.
I prefer the whiskey warlords.
So let's talk about whiskey warlords. You can find us on all of our social media, TikToks, Facebook, Instagram at Bourbon Battles Blind on Instagram, and Patreon.com, www.patreon.com / some kind of / Bourbon Battles.
Chuck.
Right. So, and what you could do there is, yeah, it's a paid subscription thing, but behind the scenes, not really behind the scenes videos, really candid reviews, giveaways that involve stuff that tastes really good.
We got a January giveaway coming up sometime.
In January.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
what about February?
We'll do one in February. And the more Patreon members we have, the more money that comes in, the better prizes, the better the giveaway will be. Now, we got something really cool up our sleeves for January, so you're going to want to join before we do that. And we're not going to tell you.
What if you're wearing a tank top?
You want me to wear a tank top in the video?
What if you're wearing a tank top and you don't have no sleeves?
I'll wear a tank top in the next video.
That'd be
Patreon
awesome.
video.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, so if you want to see me in a tank top, join Patreon.
There you go.
So it is. We're trying to foster a really cool community over there, and it's pretty cool. So go check it out. See what you think. Want to get into this?
Sure.
Pick something out of the bucket.
Basket?
It's not a basket. It's a bucket. It's a basket. Bucket. You've already broke it, so.
I didn't break it.
You broke it like 6 times. I have to fix it every time you break it. So there's an envelope inside the envelope that reveals what's in the bottle.
Which one do you think I ought to pick?
I don't think it
Let's
matters.
pick this one.
Just do that one. So inside this envelope is an envelope, and there's also a couple. Is that Mike?
I hope not.
Yeah, we got to be a little cognizant of shortening these things
Okay.
up. You're getting a little long-winded, you know it? You know what's in there? We don't know what's in there.
Nobody likes to hear anybody talk as much as you.
You think I like to hear people talk?
I don't know.
You just said it.
One or two.
What's it say on the bottle?
This is 2. Which one you want it in? This one or this one? Okay.
I'm just going to pretend like I didn't hear that. You don't have to use the whole thing.
Pretty light.
You think it's that light whiskey that you're so fond of?
I hope not. You want the rest of this? You like to drink more than I do.
Just put the lid on and put it down there. Quit jackassing around.
What you got cuss for?
I didn't mean to. These are light. Not as light as I thought when you get them held up. It's because
You know why? It's because these are up in the air and it's a new background.
Well, it's not black.
Right, it's a new background.
Right. You gotta go to show business. You know what?
I like going to
Ooh.
set design.
So, like, we never talk about tasting notes until they're extremely, extremely prevalent. Like, I get just a crazy amount of cherries right there in the first one.
You don't get peanuts?
Beat it. I don't. Yeah, the nose on number one is a little bit better to me.
Neither one of them got very much ethanol. And everybody knows what we're drinking. Everybody already knows.
What they know is what we're drinking, but they don't know which is
right.
which. That way, if you want to play along at home, you can.
Not bad.
That's going to be tough to pick.
That water out of your dishwasher?
As toilet bowl. Tank, though, not after it's been in the bottom.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
Either one's fine. They're both clean.
You scoop it out, it's like free because you're going to flush it anyway. You keep a ladle back there to do
Nothing's
that.
free, bud.
You got that right. It's less waste.
They're close, aren't they?
They're very close.
I'll hit them with a little water and then maybe ready to make a decision. What do you think about the tasting notes? You got any?
I do get a little peanuts and apricot oil. Do you know what apricot milk is?
No, but I know.
You have to milk an apricot.
I've tried it.
You tried to milk one? Did you get anything out
I
of
just
it?
ate it. I got sick of
Just
it. I got sick of food.
trying. So we do have.
Sorry.
If you keep shaking that table,
Sorry.
what do you think of this? My wife got me for Christmas.
It's pretty nice.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
The Battle of the Bourbons.
Hopefully, my dad's watching this because
I don't think water helped the smell. I think it made ethanol stronger.
If my dad's watching this, we're going to try to con him into making these for Patreon members prizes.
Con him.
Trick him.
Why he won't do it? Just be nice.
He will.
He seemed like a nice guy to me. He don't put up no shenanigans. So I can't believe he'd even talk to us.
I'm pretty sure he didn't put up with any of your shenanigans before we ever got driver's license.
I can't believe he'd talk to either one of us. He don't put up with shenanigans.
Especially you. I think water helps with number one, maybe a little bit.
Think it mutes some of the...
Some of the,
I'm not going to do it. You already know what I was going to do. I'm not going to do it.
are you ready to pick?
No, I got to taste this. But yeah, I will be in like less than 30 seconds.
Yeah, I'm going to say better but close. I think they're very, very close. Flip a coin, drink either one of them to me. I mean, I do prefer one of these over the other, but they're very close. And I think they're both decent.
I say a little better.
So you like one of them a little bit better than over the other one than I do. I think they're pretty close. When I'm a 1 and Chad's a 2, we're pretty similar if we pick the same one.
Right.
And I think this could break our streak maybe.
Break it.
On 3?
Johnny Breaker.
1, 2, 3.
There it is.
There it is.
How'd you know that?
I felt like they're so close.
They were really close. The reason I picked number 2 over number 1 is just because I didn't think number 2 was as spicy with or without water.
This is funnier than hell.
I don't care what it is.
let's just leave that right here.
Is that the one we picked or not picked?
That's the one you picked. This is the one I picked.
Okay.
I'll go first.
Okay.
And you guys already know that one of us picked one of us picked the other, and you know what we're drinking. So I don't know. Yeah, there's one. This is what I picked. Eagle Rare. So we did Eagle Rare when we first started doing this challenge. I think we were both a little surprised on how much we liked it.
Yeah.
I picked Eagle Rare. For those of you who don't know, Eagle Rare is Horsies. It is Buffalo Trace, which is what we call Horsies if you watch the channel.
I don't think I've ever tasted number 2 before.
I don't think you have either. I just peeked.
I will say it was a flavor that I'm not used to. I don't think it was bad though. I thought it was a little bit better than this.
And did you think they were pretty similar?
They're similar, but that doesn't surprise me that I didn't pick this because this isn't one of my favorite Horsies anyway.
So coming out of Buffalo Trace, Sazerac Company down there in Frankfort, Kentucky. 90 proof, 10 years old. Great age for whiskey, in my opinion. Undisclosed mash bill, but we know it's mash bill number 1, which is E.H. Taylor, Buffalo Trace, Stag.
Do you know that this used to be this all used to be a single barrel product?
It kind of still is.
How can it kind of be? Either it
There's
is.
only one bottle in the barrel. It's not. So they dump a barrel, fill it, and then they'll dump another barrel when they're out. So there's a little bit of the previous barrel in there. So it's a rolling thing. So it's the first and last bottle that could have another barrel in it.
Well, this one might have 2 barrels in it. That might be what's wrong with it.
Do you think maybe it would be better if you want? Now, there's some store picks that are fantastic of these.
Some of them, yeah. I've had some really good ones. I've had some really bad ones. And, this is harder to find on the shelf, at least where we're at. But there's some places in this country where this is on the shelf by the 2 dozen, 3 dozen bottles.
And for what it costs, it's a great value.
I've seen it on the shelf for $25.
I was going to say 30 is pretty normal.
And people don't buy it. And I had this talk with somebody at work today, and I think the reason why we have such a hard time in Central Indiana finding allocated stuff is because we're in such close proximity to Kentucky. I don't know if that's true, but I feel like that.
I feel like there's a lot of bourbon people here in general.
I think so.
Kentucky even more so. So are you ready to see what you picked?
I am.
You want to go ahead and start reading about it? Because I'm grabbing it.
Tin Cup, 10-year American whiskey.
Got a tin cup for a chalice.
And what's strange is I thought that the Eagle Rare was spicier, but the tin cup obviously has more rye in it. So that goes to show you right there, when you drink them blind, that's what you get.
You can find this anywhere. You're going to pay a couple more bucks.
It is MGP, which is Indiana. And it says right here on the bottle.
Indiana, boiler up. That's what we say here, right?
Well, that's what you say.
What do you say?
I don't say that.
They're not number 1 anymore. They won't be come Monday.
That's correct.
When this comes out.
The proof on it's 84, so maybe that could be part of the reason why I didn't think it was as spicy. But I mean, it's very negligible. It's 10 years old, same age. 64% corn, 32% rye, 4% malted barley. So it's the first time I'd ever had it. I've never tasted it.
It's out of Colorado. Is it?
Well, that's where
the company comes from.
Yeah,
where they're blended.
Yep,
whatever they do.
It is.
So Sazerac Buffalo Trace also makes blends. It has a horse on it.
Does it?
Yeah, you can play checkers with them if you get enough.
Okay.
You have to paint half of them.
Right.
But is that better than a shot glass?
No.
That's way better, don't you think?
Yes.
You don't even have to have a cup.
No.
It comes with a cup.
That's pretty cool. I mean, I've never had this. I've never purchased it. I've never bought it. I've never tasted it.
After doing this blind, you think you might like to have a bottle?
I mean,
you want every bottle.
Yeah, I don't have a bottle, so yeah, I wouldn't mind having a bottle. But I mean, I'm not going to go search it out. I mean, I would assume it's available everywhere. I don't know anything about it.
It is around here. I notice. I don't seek it out, but I see it a lot. So if you're a big fan of this,
I mean, it's a 10-year-old whiskey. I don't know what the price point is on it, but it's
a little bit more than this, but like $10. And you can't find this around here.
Rarely. Every once in a great while, but rarely.
Yeah, I mean, you'll find one eventually. So hey, go try the tin cup. This was a little bit of a YouTube phenomenon there for a while.
I will say this, guys: if you've never had the tin cup and you're dying for a bottle of this, I mean, they're not really that comparable because the flavors, in my opinion, they don't taste the same. But this is a good one to have. It could be a daily drinker easy, and it's 84 proof, so it's easy to drink.
And you don't even need a Glencairn.
You don't need anything.
Well, you don't with this.
You just need a straw.
straws are for women and kids, but I drink it right out of the gate.
Huh.
Hey, drinking bourbon is supposed to be fun. Do it with your friends. We're going to try real hard to keep these short. We're going to keep this one right around 15 minutes. So if you drink, don't drive.
Nope.
If you drink, don't drive, do the watermelon crawl.